Good day, children. Welcome to the English class. Today, I'm going to present you the detailed explanation of the lesson Tsunami. This lesson is about the tragic stories of the people who lost their loved ones in the killer wave, Tsunami. The first tragic story is from the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. You are able to see the map of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. I want you to pause this video and take a look at the Kachal and Nangauri Islands in the archipelago. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are a group of islands at the juncture of the Bay of Bengal and Andaman Sea and are a union territory of India. The territory is 150 km north of Aceh in Indonesia and separated from Thailand and Myanmar by the Andaman Sea. I have already referred the word archipelago, which means a group of many islands. Like Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Japan, Aegean Islands and Mediterranean Sea, Hawaiian Islands, Indonesia, Philippines, or other examples for archipelago in the world. This is an aerial view of an archipelago. Have you ever noticed the scenery on a 20 rupee note? The image of a picturesque bay lined with the lush greenery captured on the red-colored note is the North Bay Island. The same view can be seen on the way to the Mount Heriot. The Andaman and Nicobar Command is India's first and only joint tri-service command with rotating 3-star commanders-in-chief from the Army, Navy and Air Force, reporting directly to the chairman of the Chiefs of Staff Committee. Before we go into the lesson, I want to show you the glimpse of the damage done by the tsunami, the killer wave, on the day December 26, 2004.
Oh my God, look at the waves coming. Clear out, people! Clear out! I hope no one was out there. Oh my God. going. Look out. Get in the room. Get in the room. Get in the room. We're leaving today if we can get out of here. This is no longer the beautiful place that once was. Thank goodness we're on the 3rd floor. Oh my God, this is devastating. We're not going anywhere today.
Das ist eine Katastrophe.
Welcome back to the lesson, students. I'm sure it was heartbreaking to see the destruction of the tsunami. It was even more heartbreaking for me when I watched it live on the TV back in 2004. I'm sure this lesson is going to inspire you in many ways. The reason for prescribing this lesson to you is how prepared you should be, how aware you should be during the period of these distractions like tsunami or even pandemic like COVID-19 situation. Coming to the lesson, a tsunami is a very large and powerful wave caused by earthquakes under the sea. On 26th December 2004, a tsunami hit Thailand and parts of India such as the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Tamil Nadu coast. Here are some stories of courage and survival. Did animals sense that a tsunami was coming? Some stories suggest that they did. It is really strange that we are not able to sense the danger, though we are being the superior creature in this planet. But animals do predict the danger because they listen to the nature. We don't listen to the nature. In fact, human beings are the sole responsible for so many natural calamities. An animal gets suffered because of the mistakes we commit. This COVID-19 situation is a lifetime warning for all of us. How prepared we should be, how aware we should be to face such natural calamities like tsunami or any other natural destruction. Coming back to the tragic stories of tsunami which took place in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Ignatius was the manager of a cooperative society in Kachal. Kachal is one of the islands in Andaman and Nicobar. His wife woke him up at 6 a.m. because she felt an earthquake. Ignatius carefully took his television set off its table and put it down on the ground so that it would not fall and break. Then the family rushed out of the house. This passage proves that what a materialistic life we are leading. Most of the times, even in such a dreadful situation, we value our properties more than our lives. When the tremor stopped, they saw the sea rising. In the chaos and confusion, two of his children caught hold of the hands of their mother's father and mother's brother and rushed in the opposite direction. He never saw them again. His wife was also swept away. Only the 3 other children who came with him were saved. Here the word tremor means shaking during the earthquake. Imagine how difficult it would have been for Ignatius. Just in a blink of an eye, he lost his whole family. If you put yourself in the situation of Ignatius, I'm sure you could only shed tears. Philosophically speaking, this paragraph tells us that how unstable, how unreliable life is. Anything can happen to anyone. If anyone had told me 3 months back that the whole world is going to be locked down, I would have laughed at it. But look at the situation. Once again, this shows that anything can happen. The message I try to give you through these stories is not to suppress you. It's not to put your confidence down. Instead, you should take these stories as inspiration and you should be more braver. Instead of being scared and going into the shell, you should try to find a solution to the problem. That is the way to handle any natural calamity or any tough situation in your life. Just tell yourself that it doesn't matter where the problem is going to come, and you should be very, very confident that the solution is going to come from me. That's how confident you should be. Another story is about Sanjeev. Sanjeev was a policeman serving in the Kachal island of Nicobar group of islands. He somehow managed to save himself, his wife and his baby daughter from the waves, but he heard cries for help from the wife of John, the guest house cook. Sanjeev jumped into the water to rescue her, but they were both swept away. Sanjeev was a true hero here. How selfless he was. I don't think I would have did the same what Sanjeev has done. How often we are able to see a selfless man like Sanjeev. We human beings, most of the time, we act selfishly. We have to accept the fact that every living thing in this planet, they give something to nature, except the human beings. The human beings, they don't give anything to the nature. They only take from the nature. They exploit the nature. They destroy the nature. They make the future a big question mark. Another story is about Meghna. 13-year-old Meghna was swept away along with her parents and 77 other people. She spent 2 days floating in the sea, holding on to a wooden door. 11 times she saw a relief helicopter overhead, but they did not see her. She was brought to the shore by a wave and was found walking on the seashore in a doze. Think about Meghna. She must have been studying 8th standard. Imagine you are floating on water for 2 days on a wooden door. How difficult it would have been for Meghna. What a desperate situation it was to be. Another story is about Almas Javed. Almas Javed was 10 years old. She was a student of Carmel Convent in Port Blair, where her father had a petrol pump. Her mother, Rahila's home, was in Nankauri Island. The family had gone there to celebrate Christmas. When the drummers came early in the morning, the family was sleeping. Alma's father saw the seawater recede. He understood that the water would come rushing back with great force. He woke up everyone and tried to rush them to a safer place. As they ran, our grandfather was hit on the head by something and he fell down. Her father rushed to help him. Then came the first giant wave that swept both of them away. Another tragic situation to be in, as you have seen in the tsunami video. Everything is real. The suffering, the cry, the loss. Alma's mother and aunts stood clinging to the leaves of a coconut tree, calling out to her. A wave uprooted the tree and they too were washed away. Hearing all these stories, you would ask me, "Sir, it's natural calamity. What a human could do to save themselves from this?" The answer is very simple. Understand nature. Obey the nature. With the modern technology, fancy discoveries, we think that we are above nature. But time and again, nature reminds us that nature can take us down anytime, anywhere, just in a blink of an eye. Believe this, if you don't disturb nature, and nature is not going to disturb you. And remember this, whatever destruction had happened or is happening, it's all man-made, and we are the sole responsible for that. Whether it is COVID-19 or change in the weather or rise in the sea level, it's all man-made. And remember this Tamil quote, "Teedum nandrum pirar tharavara." We did this to ourselves. We put our life in danger. We are self-destructing ourselves. It is time to start thinking, how can we retrieve this planet? And you have to believe that every human being came to this planet with a responsibility. Everyone has a responsibility to save this planet. The charity should begin from home. You understand that. Start thinking in what way you can contribute to this planet. Coming back to the lesson, Alma saw a log of wood floating. She climbed onto it. Then she fainted. When she woke up, she was in a hospital in Kamota. From there, she was brought to the Port Blair. Don't believe that you belong to a certain community or you belong to a certain country. Believe that you are a universal citizen. As a great Tamil poet said, "Yadum ure yavarum kelir." Every land in this world is your home. Every person in this world is your relative. Every life in this world matters. The little girl does not want to talk about the incident with anyone. She is still traumatized. Traumatized, which means shocked. No wonder she is shocked. Who wouldn't be? Facing such a dreadful situation, definitely we would have been scared. My dear children, rejoice that you are still left on this planet for a reason. Don't make another wound to this planet and go away. Try to be a solution to a problem. Don't be a problem. Okay, children, that's it for the day. I'll see you in the next class. You can post your doubts to me, and definitely I'll respond to that. Thank you. See you in the next class.